Not a lot. It's usually Dan fucking speaking to the mic man. But is it really comments? The comment section, please. Bro, let's get active. Anyway, you know what you should do? What? Nobody knows what you should do. I'm just Paul, the other host. What? Pretty sure I'm one of the better you can go. Other than Greg. We've had some conversations. I think we might be in the same place with them. Hello, Monday. Fuck you, Monday. Anybody else is still? Oh, you do. You've got to guess his family. Right? I know. Yeah, so what's on tap this week? What do you know what to do with? I do. Our crew wasn't here on time. I've been here on time. My cat's not here. Which is not the first week. He felt bad for you, and he's like, "Well, let's give this nothing." You heard nothing, bro. You know what we should do? Hey, everybody, thank you. Prison. Yeah. So what problem is you? That was it. That was Lord, County.
Bring like 20 bands. Yeah.
For one time. Fucking is. Oh, why did you guys just record in Europe?
Because we're from here.
No.
I think
Patriot.
it
Fucking Patriot.
it would
One
probably be more expensive for us to fly over there and then for the.
But
for
you
them
already
to put
did.
us up.
Okay. They're turning into. It's an interesting dynamic, like being in Europe at that time, like touring in Europe. You guys were obviously on a bus. You guys were not jet set.
No, we do advance.
Was it vans, cars, trailers?
They were the no trailers. All these vans that we would get were Mercedes vans, so they're sprinters.
Yeah.
And they were very tall. There was a bunk in the back.
So Gizz could stand up.
Stand up.
Fuck you both. No, fuck you both. This is my show. See, my
You got
me on that.
I know. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
By the
2
way,
weeks in a row.
Ginger Army is real.
2 weeks in a row. This is
It's
bullshit.
like awesome as shit. They were never going to interview in Mexico.
Can't get him in the country.
Oh, there's plenty. This borrowed time. Where did that come from?
The coolest thing that I know about the band is that every name for an album came from the previous tour. Something happened that kind of like jet set it back. Oh wow, that's what we should name the record. Because I know the story from the self-titled tour. When you guys did that, Herman the German was your guys' driver, and you guys thought we were gonna die. And I don't know, you were confident, like, man, we're on a fucking date with death.
I was on the way to. We were in Yugoslavia. That was right before the war. The 2 shows there on the background. That's the background. It's going down. It's getting into some war. It was so bad there. They were like, man, I think we were the first band to go there.
Mm-hmm.
So he had to drive from Belgrade to Belgrade. One way and it was one almost down.
And he could.
Don't time I just looked over and I kind of accepted it. Got there. That was actually one of our better shows. They were so appreciative. Here's how bad it was: is that the country had declined so bad that all the money it made had spent.
Oh man!
And then they give you a big.
So
bag
you
of
guys are like
coins?
full on like kind of tail end Cold War
Yeah.
in Eastern Europe.
On that same tour, we played a bunch of shows in Experience. That's right after the tour.
So you could have gotten out, but if you didn't, like you could have left him behind and even sacrificed.
He weren't on that one. He wasn't on that.
Oh,
No.
That was before he got.
I joined the band. All right, my first tour with the band was right after the wall.
so what's really? I mean, that's like one of the most fucking awesome things I've ever heard. Like you're kind of tail end Cold War, pre-Berlin Wall coming down.
Well, what it was is no, the Berlin Wall had come down, but the war in Yugoslavia was
Right, just heating up. Okay.
Yeah, so
But what a place to be. I mean, especially for punk rock, like with the angst and the things that punk rock really kind of brings. So what a place to be at the time. Like,
it was crazy.
you know,
They paid us with a big bit of money and we just really get here. So us and
pesos.
disaster area.
Mm-hmm.
Our friends from Berlin, they were open for us. So, we got with the promoter and like, let's just we went to a Greek restaurant, had a huge party, bought a bunch of food, and drank
Greek
Jägermeister all night.
restaurant in
Just spent
Yugoslavia.
all of our money and then left.
That's
Went back
awesome.
to
What was the very first show?
Berlin.
Oh
Yeah,
wow!
that was our very first.
Is that
The
pre
thing-
post wall?
Okay.
Um,
We got there 6 months after, or 8 months after the wall thing. So it was very new.
Mr. Gorbachev. Dude, that's like a really like incredible place in history to be and like to be in there and like witness it. Is there any like one take on sort of like at that time? Is there a transitional like kind of feeling or a moment where you were like kind of like aware of that history and what happened? There was something that like drove that?
Well, when you get to go and really show. And one thing about
Done.
everybody loves each other. No, let's go.
Still.
Take care of themselves.
Right. So it was like super obvious.
But it was, for us, it was different. You gotta remember, we were coming up. We weren't playing these biggest shows in the States. We were up there. I remember our first tour, we rehearsed for them. I don't want to say every day for a month, but we on your close day. I think we did a show the night before we went on. Fly out. It was movies.
goodies.
Goodies.
Goodies. I know. I remember goodies.
Well, to say we were lucky.
You played with Paul and Dickies.
You did?
No, you did.
Oh, we didn't. Not that show. We did a show there. There were 70 people there, bro. So we put a tune-up show. So next day we go. We get on a plane. Get our quick little club. Upstairs.
I love the KOB stage and everything. I have beautiful memories. The only thing I hated about that place, there was a sex shop across the street, and immediately as you walk in, they tell you, anybody goes to that sex shop, you're banned.
Yeah.
You cannot come here.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, fuck, I didn't even know there was a such thing as a sex shop. What do they sell there?
Wait, why? Dude, I didn't even know about it.
Very
Now I
interested.
can't go? Fuck you and your
You tell me I can't go. No, I want to go.
I need a butt.
But that first night, or my first night playing at the KOB, was Ike's first night, and it's his birthday. So at midnight,
Ike
I
who?
had Ike Robinson,
All right.
Our
guitar player.
Again, like these, like everyone wants to know who everybody is.
So he's also in Electric Ferrets. He still is in the Electric Ferrets. He was in Dead Lazlo's place, and but it was his birthday. It was his 30th birthday, if I'm not mistaken. And I had the whole crowd, 500 plus people, singing "Happy Birthday," and then about 200 of those people just started shaking up their bottles, and squirting them down. Hey, this is internet.
Ike is cute. Ike is cute.
He is. There's a
He
reason we called
was.
him Magnum. Condom in his pocket.
Oh. Loan to a friend?
I think he still has the same one.
Loan to a friend.
Same one.
Never
This
used
will work
it.
someday.
Never used it.
Well, we know he's not listening.
Yeah, I know. He doesn't know what the internet is.
You know what? He's probably going to listen to this exactly now.
He probably will.
We'll get an email about it.
Yeah.
Oh, the one in Delhi. You guys are
Or a phone call. Oh man. What's your best European experience or memory? And it doesn't have to be show.
I was thinking about this on the way down
There's
there.
so many quips.
Here's this is not a show one, but this is what I thought was pretty funny. One of the clips. I think it was on the Epidemic tour. We just left a German city. We were going on. I think we were going to the Czech Republic.
Okay.
I think Sasha was driving on that tour, right?
Oh yeah. Oh, I love Sasha.
And Sasha goes, "Hey, we're about an hour away from the Czech border, and you guys they're pretty tough at the border here. And if you guys have any drugs or anything on you, better get rid of them right now." And him and Ike were sitting in the back of the truck in the van. I go, "Hey man, somebody just gave us a whole bunch of hash."
Yeah.
I'm not
That
gonna
was
do this.
actually not Czech Republic. That was Denmark.
Denmark. Was it Denmark?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
I'll do it. So these guys, they want to throw it away. So what they do is they sat in the back and smoked for like an hour. Just smoked it all up, and then we get to the border and they hand them our passports. The guy goes, "All right."
Dude, but that explains
But
so much.
the funniest part of this whole
He
story
doesn't come down.
is we get to Copenhagen, and we go to the promoter's house, and he's like, "Oh, this burger stand, it's like you're In and Out and Tommy's in one. Oh, chili burger, I'm down. Let's go." So we start walking. There's this like canal, and he's like, "Oh, you guys have any hash?" And I was like, "Matter of fact, I have a little dude. It was like this big, like a
Jail.
little nugget. Yeah." And they got mad. They got mad at me. The promoter looks at it. He goes, throws it in the fucking canal. I was like, "Dude, I just smuggled that in." So we get smuggled. He goes, "Oh, that is not hash. This is hash, dude. It's a Snickers bar of hash."
I've never smoked hash because I'm just not built that way.
But we got fucking high, and then we went to this burger stand. I had 2 burgers.
Dude, anything high on hash is probably amazing.
Oh,
Look at a shit burger. You wouldn't even know.
how did that happen?
Yep, shit burger. Total shit burger.
I had a beer there just stuck in my mic. But yeah, dude, I think every show that we did on that Epidemic tour, it just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Well, if you remember, that was a time constraint. We usually went for like 6 weeks or better, and that
Yep.
one we only went for 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And
What was the biggest crowd you guys played to enough of that? 8, 10, 12.
No, probably about, I think it was 5,000.
Really?
Mhm.
So who was on that tour with you?
Yellow Car
Just
from
Yellow Car?
Dundee, Scotland.
That was the only thing.
Yeah, they were like a Kiss punk or a punk Kiss. 2 guys had makeup like Kiss, and then 2 guys were punk, but like Victorian punk.
Yeah.
You know, like the
That's
fluffy
Chumbawamba.
shirts. You know, kind of. We actually Chumbawamba opened up for us in uniform. Gizmo Lotion.
You're lying.
The opening band was called Gizmo Lotion, and then it was at the fire or it wasn't the firehouse. That's what it was called. But Sasha set up the Gizmo Lotion was the opening band. Chumbawamba, and then us. Some small club.
I can't help myself with Gizz Lotion.
Gizmo Lotion.
That Gizz Lotion.
Gizmo Lotion.
Gizz Lotion sounds like a really great band.
Yeah, that. So we did 30. Yeah.
And you guys got paid $100 million a show. And the Germans follow. So this is a story that I want to get into. Is the Germans stealing all your money?
The first tour that I did in '93, Greg and I like
Greg's
this.
supposed to tell
Like,
the story.
no,
Oh, come on.
because it's funny when I said because me and him would hang out in the back of the van and we just share bottles of booze. You know, we're both drinkers and I get to hang out with them. So we would be talking and then every conversation when we were loaded would start off and end with Germans are fucking ripping us off. And I'd be like, dude, relax, dude. They're fuck. We're over here. How many bands get to dream about this? And then at the end of the tour, they give us stacks of money, and then they go, okay, well, you got to pay back this. So they start taking money away from us, and the stacks start getting smaller. And he goes, the Germans are ripping us off. And I go, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
But
I wasn't wrong.
no, you weren't. But on the Epidemic tour, we did that tour, and again, we were making so much money, but we were coming back with a little less money than I thought we were going to come back with. In '95, when Chris became the singer, and we got George Snow from Jugheads to play guitar for us, and for the rest of us, we went over there, and we only played a few shows, and everything else was, we were there for a week, and all we did was promotion. This was '95, and that's when we played that fucking 10,000 seaters with the International Skateboard Championships in Münster, Germany. And in Münster. And we made $3,000 each that night just off of merchandise because we made the merchandise here and we just smuggled it in. And
Just
the
admitting
prices,
the crimes.
the prices we were paying here rather than paying, you know, our dude. So we made money on that. But we were only there for a week, you know. So we actually ended up. But a cool story was remember that kid we were at the merchant, little kid had been early teens. He came up and his face was all just like get scabs and shit. And his dad came up and to me I was like, kid getting beat by his dad, you know. And the kid didn't speak English. And the dad came over and he was like, son, face bad. And I was like, yeah, I can see that. He's a skateboard. And I was like, oh, fuck. And
Crash.
yeah, he crashed. Well, I don't think you guys in 2011, when I was over there with Grizz, at a bar in Germany, and I had to get away from them. I just went by myself, and I met up with a couple of my friends. And we're sitting there, and this guy was really neat. He was really BadTown boys. And I said, I go, yeah. And he goes, many years ago in Münster, I had scabs on my face. I remember you. He goes, you gave me a t-shirt. And I go, yeah, kid, dude, I remember you. I go, dude, you're a man now. Oh, because this is 1995, and now it's 2011, you know, however many of that years. Yeah. And he goes, do you mind if I call my dad? And I go, no, I'd love to see him again. Called his dad. We sat there, drank wine and beer for hours, man. But you know, that from 1995, a fan of the band. And then I get to meet him all these years later, and he's an adult, and he's still a fan of BadTown Boys. Dad, still heavy BadTown Boys fan. So to hang out and tell the stories with them, that's one of the things that I love about being in BadTown Boys is that our fans are hardcore fans. They're not like, you know, fair weather fans. You know, I like that one album. No, these guys, like when I joined the band, a lot of people did not like Ike and I because we were the new guys. We were the novices.
It's weird. I didn't either. I didn't even know what you're talking about. What did I say about phones off?
Dude, the ringer is off.
No, it clearly fucking is not.
I'm gonna show you, fuck.
Jesus God damn.
Look, all the way down and unmute.
It
Fuck
rang.
off.
It made
Oh,
noise.
Wait a minute. That's not-
Yep, that made fucking noise, Dick.
Suck it.
It's like a bitch.
Say do we got any comments yet? What are they saying? Oh,
okay. There we go.
Up or in? Pick one, buddy.
Am I good now or what?
No, you got to lean into it a little bit.
All right, I'll
Scooch.
get here.
You're a singer. You should know what how to do the
Oh, girl. Make love to the microphone.
Tech man.
Yeah, you do.
Our podcast production studio over
Out of
here.
all the BadTown Boys records, which is your favorite?
I think Date with Death is probably our.
I think we're better musicians than we were on that, but I think for the time, that was the album that we most. I mean, this was the three main songwriters were Tom and Chris, the bass player, my brother. And I think that was the one time that we were all hitting the ceiling. We were all writing well at the time, and and
Team Autism is good.
but I think that was the one where we played it 100% of our ability at the time. We did it.
That's actually a lot to say. Is like for what our abilities, we hit 100% of our abilities. That's a lot. That's a really
One of my
amazing.
favorite stories about that album. I wasn't even on that album, but I feel like I was because I've heard the story so many times. Is
That explains a lot.
on Dee Dee Took the Subway. That dun dun ba ba dun dun. You guys were hitting the door,
Yeah.
and they had a microphone on the other side of the door, so that's where they got that. Boom, boom.
Yeah.
So you guys are actually doing a little bit of like experimental stuff. Like you're recording some other sounds. You weren't just.
Well, that one we rehearsed a lot for that, and we had just come back off a tour too, so we were kind of
Running on all
yeah, we were kind of. We recorded that album in 2 days, probably, and I think that I would venture to say there wasn't more than a couple songs on that would be 3 takes. We were just like that album was almost live.
So you guys are actually challenging who's going to do for Landscape Record kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, it was a budget thing. We could get in. That was one thing that we were good at in the early days. Is we had a game plan when we would get in the studio. We still do it.
Mhm.
You know, is that we can get a bang for our buck because we go in prepared. We know we're all pulling on the same end of the rope. We get prepared. We go in and we can get a good product for a good price when we're paying for it. You know? So
when we did Epidemic, we got a grip of money for it, and we barely used any of it because we were.
Yeah, I mean, if you're
I think
reading
use
4 or
more-
5 songs a day,
Yeah.
We used more money and more hours in the mixing of that album than
Right.
the recording.
yeah,
as well you should. Like so back in the mid to late 90s, what did it cost to go to studio? Like just for recording time alone and like recording separate tracks, what that cost was,
$5 to $10 grand,
and then to have the mixing done.
yeah.
a couple grand.
Right.
I
So
would-
that's the thing, is being tight as shit and fucking hammering your parts out,
Right.
man, a lot, right?
that-
Because
that
people
used-
were paying for it back then, except for the Warped Tour.
I remember,
Well, the labels were paying for it,
Right.
You know, Gift of Life.
Yeah.
They were the ones, funding the recordings back then. We had a label,
And that was a small label.
and
Are
we
they-
had
Are
distribution.
they even still a
Mhm.
label?
No.
you know, the one thing I can't tell you how many times, like back in the day when we would do demo tapes, you know, we'd go in and do a 2 or 3 song demo tape or something.
Yeah.
And we would show it to somebody and they go, "How much you pay for this?" And we'd tell them, like, "What?
Mhm.
Dude, we paid like twice that and it sounds like garbage." I'm like, "Well, I'll tell you." But you know,
I did one,
I mean,
I did
so-
one demo tape, and I was having a time with the engineer, producer, whatever. I was like, and he was going over. I'm like, "Stop it with your expensive speakers.
Yeah.
Put it on a tape. I'm gonna
All
listen to it in my car."
Yeah.
He's like, "What?" I'm like, "I want to hear it in my fucking car."
Right,
I'm
that's
like,
what you're supposed to do.
back then,
Right.
way good
Yeah.
enough, dude. Fucking stop charging me money.
Yeah.
Yeah, at that time we did Date with Death on 2-inch. At that time, you know what
Wow.
I mean? So,
I'm still sick because Gizz
got you sick?
isn't inappropriate.
snogging with him.
a lot.
There's a
and
cuddling?
He goes to
Okay.
homeless bars.
Brings back stuff?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Man, don't Sarah Straw with that guy.
Okay, here's a question I've been waiting 30 years to ask. Is there?
Oh, well.
Is there?
Yes, I will. Just say yes, I will.
Is there a favorite lyric that you or Tommy or Chris has written in any one of your songs or our songs that like still like
Favorite lyric?
Yeah, like in any song.
I don't think so. I don't know. I don't think so.
And what about the?
I know it's a boring answer, but I don't think so.
What about the hidden track?
Oh,
We were just listening to that today.
the hidden, unhidden track.
Yeah, remember?
That's what you get for telling a German a secret, right?
Yeah.
Tell the story of the hidden track.
We were in the
Yeah,
studio.
he'd tell
You're
us.
the guest. You get in the mic and you tell the story.
Well,
Come
we
on.
finished it and we ate. You know, there's a reason why there's no German comedians.
Right.
Okay. All right. So
100%.
right. So we do this, and it was supposed to be a secret, and we tell the label this, and then they go out and just basically put it in a press clipping. Yeah, there's a hidden label on it.
Well, it was on the first vinyl.
Right.
It was like track 13, hidden track.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
The hidden track was
Yeah.
like a little later.
It was supposed to be for the CD only.
Yeah.
Not for cassette and
Right.
not for the vinyl.
Right.
But it was on the vinyl.
They printed
Back
it.
then,
Right.
hidden track.
And it
Yes.
was orange,
Right.
not yellow.
Yes.
Oh my
The
god.
very first vinyl.
Yeah.
So you got ratted out by the Germans like fucking everybody else.
Right.
Or
Exactly.
French.
Right.
Whatever.
Exactly. It was like we were looking at each other like, never again.
Yeah. Don't ever tell them anything.
Never.
This is why we're
trust
losing
the-
money.
Yeah.
Never
So.
trust the Germans. So before it was 2004, like all these things had happened. Where did Gizz fit in? How did that actually kind of? What was the culmination of that?
He brought another element to the band, I think.
What I mean, like, how did you like run out of a drummer and then find a new one,
I think
and then like him? That's just weird.
I think
Tim
Tim-
broke his arm.
Jim broke his arm. Tim
Cunningham.
Cunningham. Tim had his own business at the time. He was like, I think it still in Spotter, Indiana, and he's still in a band with Tim, and but I think it just kind of had run its course, kind of, you know what I mean? And we're all still friends, and Gizz came in and Gizz is a great singer. It gave us more ammunition it opened up the songwriting a little bit more, and he's, on top of being a great drummer. So, I mean, it was just, it was a good fit.
Good.
Good. Okay. Let's downplay it a little bit. So,
Nah, Gizz is a great Muppet. I mean, drummer.
but he's Gizz. He's one of
Well,
a kind.
like,
So,
how did that meeting happen? Like, where were you? The Gizz was like in your circle, and you were like, oh wait, you play drums too. Let's listen to you play.
Well, again, like I said earlier,
we met.
I went to go see them.
Yeah.
They were my favorite band. I was going through chemo. Louis Espina from Foreclosure for Sale that Lazlo's plays. He's the one that gave me their Date with Death cassette. And immediately upon listening to him sing, I was just like, dude, this is my favorite band. But there's something about this band that I feel at home. Like I can see myself playing for this band.
Right.
So during chemo, Louis said, hey man, they're playing at Rogers. We should go. And I was sick. But I was like, all right, I want to see them live. And watching them live with Tim, who I adore as a drummer, but there was like, I can do so much more. Like, this just fits me. Mm-hmm. I know I can, if given the chance, I can steal that throne. And I told him that night. I met him and Chris outside, walked up to them, and I was just like,
I can fucking do way better, bro.
No,
I remember meeting you inside with Lewis. You guys were in too.
And I told him, one of these days I'm going to be your drummer. Yeah. That's how I introduced myself.
Someone in the comments says Chris Keith was calling me. He was calling me.
Oh, that's who was calling me?
Yeah.
Well, they made me turn off my phone.
Because he sucks. So what? I mean, was there like an air of confidence? And I know that there's an air of confidence there that convinced you to give him a shot.
Yeah, I mean, when we tried him out, we knew that once we start playing with him, we knew it would be a good fit.
I man can play drums.
Yeah,
To be honest.
yeah.
Good man can play.
Mike Chino.
Yeah.
I remember Tommy was there, and Mike Chino was just like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
Oh, there he is again.
I wish we could get like. I want to get a call in.
Phone call comes in.
Hello. We're in the middle of interviewing your brother.
That shit is priceless as fuck.
Yeah.
What did you say? You want to go to college?
What?
What did he say?
He said he likes collagen
Oh,
implant
I can
time.
barely hear you. And we're in
He's
the
got
middle
his
of an
radio
interview.
on.
I know.
Rodney.
I know I'm watching.
We know you're rocking too.
I just got yelled at for my phone ringing, and then you call again. No, Greg has to get closer to the mic. That's what you called in? And now, did we get the facts wrong?
I don't have a fax machine.
Oh, that's right. I called him because I wanted to buy a record, the vinyl, and then I know.
Gizz can only turn it up.
Are you there?
There's no south from here.
You here?
There is no south from here.
You there?
Everybody call
Yeah.
it right now. Everybody fucking
Call in now.
Let's go. Everybody
Yeah.
call. We got live phone calls.
So that's what you called for?
We're breaking the rules now.
God damn it, Chris.
We start calling it.
Are you there?
Let's go with Trevor and see if he wants to call in too.
Hey, do you want to add something?
Live phone calls right now. Only now.
Oh
Live phone
man.
call. I thought you guys maybe had a call-in line.
We do now.
We do now, evidently. Thanks for, thanks
Yeah.
for putting out my number.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Let's go ahead and post.
Give it out.
Go ahead and post Gizz's
Gizz's
number,
number.
guys. Just straight the
Yeah.
fuck up.
Yeah.
I got it, guys.
1-800-GIZZ.
I love your fake typing there, by the
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
My computer's completely screwed.
You want me to leave you on the phone? Or can we
No,
get back to the
no.
interview?
No, we're good with that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for correcting me.
Yeah.
So this
We're going to have you on the
is
show
now
next.
called Off the Rails.
Yeah. I was gonna say there you
We'll
go.
talk to you
It
sec.
is Off the Rails.
Call in line segment.
Off the res.
All
Who
right.
wants a face tattoo?
Oh, my God. That was Chris Keith, by the way, the bass player, his brother.
His my other uncle. Is he a redhead too?
No,
What the fuck? My brother's not redhead either.
I'm the only one.
Me too.
There
we
you
should,
go.
We should sacrifice him.
There.
The time to learn a mattress. Call it a fucking day. My brother has like
Yeah.
dark brown back hair.
It's him.
Like now I gotta
Yeah.
put it. I'm the golden panda.
Okay.
Okay, I've heard a story about you.
Yeah.
I want to know if it's true or not.
Oh, it's definitely
During-
big.
no, you.
Me?
Oh,
During
right.
the early days of BadTown Boys touring, you always had a cheeseburger in your jacket.
It wasn't cheeseburger. Whatever food I could get a hand on, at the gas station or something like that. It wasn't necessarily a cheeseburger all the time. It might have been a lot of times, but it was like anytime I had a chance to grab something,
So you kept food in the back.
I was drinking booze in a box. That's another one I really don't know.
Whoa. Back in the 90s, what was booze in a box?
In Germany, they would have like gut wine in a box.
Like now?
But dude, we got every time we had a chance to get alcohol, we got alcohol. So,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
you know,
Do you
so-
remember the?
Well, you're in your
the-
50s back then, right?
yeah.
The show we played. The show we played in Lund, Sweden, with St. Catholic Surfers, and they accused us of stealing a case of beer, and they checked our van,
Uh-huh.
and they're like, "Dude, there's no fucking beer in here."
Yeah.
And at the end, they're like, oh, they cleared us. Okay, yeah, you guys didn't take anything. And the same guy that accused us goes, here's a case of beer.
Yeah.
You motherfucker, dude.
Or you remember where were we at? Were we in like England or Scotland when they shorted us on the guarantee?
That was in England. That wasn't. I can't remember if it was Sheffield
Or
or.
something like that.
But
I think enough times passed that where I robbed them line from the bar.
oh man, oh man.
Oh,
But there was that one.
They're gonna pay me somehow. So.
There was a one show that we played, and it might have been that Sheffield show. But when we got there, the promoter goes, "Gizz, which one is Gizz?" And I was like, "That's me." And he goes, "I need to talk to you." Automatically, I was just like, "Shit, something happened to somebody in my family." And I go into the office, and he's like, "You have done many interviews on this tour about Budweiser." And I'm, oh man, I would kill for a Budweiser. He goes, "I got you case imported Budweiser, like American Budweiser." So I went.
I don't
into
remember that.
I went into our dressing room, and I just kept hiding Budweiser beers, and I left like a 6-pack in the fridge. And like everybody came up, "Where'd you get that Budweiser?" "Oh, there's a couple in the fridge." And they're like, "All right." So everybody got a Budweiser, and I'm drinking. All of a sudden, like an hour later, Tom goes, "You haven't been drinking the same beer. How did you get that one?" Because we're out, and I'm all, Dude, I'm
Something.
nursing it, dude. I'm
Something.
nursing it. I'm nursing it. And he's like, no, you're not, motherfucker. Where are you getting it from? And then, like, a couple, half hour later, I have a freshie in my hand. Motherfucker, where are you getting them from?
Oh,
And then he caught me, put my
I
hand.
can hear
in
Tom.
the-
I can hear the tone.
I put my hand in
I
between
wish
the
I could
cushions.
do that. That'd be good.
In between the cushions in the green room. I put my hand in between the cushions and I pulled one out and I go, and he heard it. He goes, motherfucker, I knew it. And he broke apart that fucking couch and found one or two.
Wow.
But all night, dude, I had Budweisers all that night. It was so
So
fun.
we don't have a green room here. We have a brown room.
Yeah.
For different reasons.
I don't know if I like that.
So, I need it.
Oh, okay.
So you guys are on a tour in Europe. So this is like a 4-part question: favorite city, least favorite place. Actually, favorite country, least favorite country. Favorite show, least favorite show.
Favorite country?
So favorite country to play shows in.
Germany.
Yeah, least favorite show. Like least favorite country to play a show. Like wouldn't tour there if I had to.
I didn't
You
have.
probably-
No, they were actually good to us. They were actually pretty good to us. I don't think I had the best time in England. I don't
Who
know.
would?
You know what I mean?
Shit.
The shows,
The shows.
dude, I think the worst show was at the Sir George Roby.
Yeah, that wasn't good.
But
The people were good.
It was a classic show. We
Yeah.
played with Ran, who are produced by Frankie Stubbs from Leatherface, and Hoot and Three Card. They opened up. Those guys were fucking phenomenal. I
Yeah.
bought everything they had that night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like fucking shirts, CDs, vinyl. But they were an incredible band. Nobody was there.
Yeah.
Because the promoter
Yeah.
didn't even show up. I don't even think we got paid for that.
Yeah, I don't think we did either.
And then
man.
we stayed at the guy's house.
Didn't
that
Tom do
night.
like a little show for us all?
At the end of the night?
Yes.
At the end of the night, the fucking bartender puts on our CD and fucking, it was just the three bands. And
Yeah.
their girlfriends
Yeah.
hanging out.
Yeah, it's,
Make it
it's
love.
empty. It's
Maybe
empty.
20
Sweet, sweet love.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe 15, 20 people were hanging out in this bar. And everybody's in the band.
Like, okay.
And our CD goes on, and Tommy just goes up there. Tommy's a fucking comedian.
Yeah.
And he starts lip syncing, air guitar, air drumming, our whole, 2 songs. And then he walks off stage, and as soon as the next song starts up, he runs right back on stage. He did the whole album. The
Oh my
entire
God.
album. 13 songs, or
Yeah.
whatever, including the fucking hidden track.
Yeah, exactly.
The 13th hidden track.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that's
But
gonna
it
be a
was so
T-shirt.
funny.
Like
That's-
BadTown
that's-
should have a 13th
Yeah.
hidden track T-shirt.
That's the thing about Tommy is he's a true comedian because he can stretch a joke.
Yeah.
And make it funnier and funnier and funnier instead of going, all right, dude, shut up.
Yeah.
Like you're just like, oh my God, shut up, dude, please, 5 minutes. A lot of times in the van, he would do that in the van.
Yes.
Like, you need to realize we're in a van, and next to the door, the sliding door, is that refrigerator base cabinet,
Oh, yeah.
that hand peg, and it's pretty much a bed,
Uh-huh.
or another bench, and then you throw your beer bottles on the opposite end. So
Oh,
when you
yeah,
open it,
yeah.
bang, everything falls out. But Tommy would get on top of that and hump the air and just do these sounds like a monkey or an ape. And then you're like, all right already, all right. And
That's
once,
so fun.
I hope he's
once
listening.
he gets old, he does it again.
Yes.
He knows how to bring back a joke. He's a
Yeah.
true comedian. And
So that being said, so what was the favorite, your favorite city, the number one show?
Dortmund,
Dortmund. Okay.
because it was home.
Yeah.
That's where our label was from. Everybody knew us.
Yeah.
We played our biggest shows
So they got
there.
the uniforms from
Yeah.
Hugo Boss.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and
Get our Nazi uniforms. You mean?
I did not
Yeah.
see
Do you
that.
remember our last show on the Epidemic Tour was in Amsterdam?
Yes, I remember that one.
Hank,
Yeah.
Hank was.
That's another. I like Germany, but Holland is beautiful.
Yeah.
I like Holland. Amsterdam is nice.
And
Yeah,
that was a good
time.
Arnhem.
I mean, I would imagine
Good.
Amsterdam, like, hey man, there's a bunch of
It was pretty good. Yeah, we have good times.
I
Don't
remember.
put the mic away from you and talk. Jesus God.
I remember when we played
Across the border.
our last show. Our last show on the Epidemic Tour was in Amsterdam, and our friend Hank, he was a boxer.
He's probably listening. I think he's probably
Yeah, yeah,
listening.
yeah.
That would
He
be
has to
awesome.
be.
Hank, chime in, buddy.
Hank Smith from Holland. But he was one of our biggest fans, and he went on the road with us a lot. And he was a boxer, so he was always fighting people.
Yeah.
Evidently, at the Milk Bag, it's the biggest punk rock club in Amsterdam at the time. I don't know what could something be bigger now, but back then, this club, if you played there, you were big time, and they would not allow him in. So, fucking, I'm backstage, and all of a sudden, I get a call from security. You know, they're like, "Are you Gizz?" Yeah. And he goes, "You have an interview to do with Drum Magazine." And I was like, "Really? Fuck, I made it."
There's no drum magazine. That's not even real.
You know, like a modern drummer wants to interview me? Fuck, dude. I go up there, and there's this guy. He's just sitting there, and he's got long hair, a cap, and glasses, fucked up nose, and he starts asking me the typical questions like, "Are you a Bad Religion fan?" Yes. You like NoFX? Yes. Do you know El Jefe? Not really. You're Mexican. How come you don't know him?
Yeah.
Like, well, because there's more than 2 Mexicans in LA. It's not like we hang out every Sunday and have dinner.
I thought you did.
You know. So about 5 questions in, I see this guy.
Doesn't he like wink at you or something?
Yeah, he kind of winks at me, and the way he winked at me, I looked at him. I go, and he goes, and I'm like,
He's got full on makeup, like
prosthetics,
everything.
on,
Yeah, everything.
He was spy. Full fucking spy.
He knows the whole 9 yards.
At the end of the show, we're outside and we're loading the van up so we can, so they can take it back to the rental company.
Yeah.
And the promoter comes out and a security guard comes out and he takes off his nose because the gig's over.
Yeah.
So he's like, "Haha, I got one up on you," and he starts antagonizing these 2 guys.
I want to
punch
shit out of this guy.
He punches one of the guys. Fucking the ant falls over the head. Bang! And the cabinet falls into a post.
Yeah.
And punctures a fucking speaker. That mesh.
Yes.
Gone on a Marshall.
When is he coming in? This sounds fucking awesome.
He is awesome, dude. He is awesome.
I'm serious right now. We can even do a boxing match.
He actually owns a label called Kangaroo Records.
Yeah. Fuck him in.
Dude, he's the fucking coolest guy. He came to America. He came to America, stayed at my house. Remember?
Yeah.
And he's like, "I'm gonna take a walk," So he goes down to Solon Park in my town, and a bunch of Nazis are there. And one of the guys takes off his shirt and he's got a big old swastika on his chest, and he goes, "Fuck you." And the guy's all, "Oh, what?" And he fucking takes off his shirt, and this is a true story. He takes off his shirt on his back, full back tattoo, fucking portrait of Mike Tyson.
Yes,
it
it
says
is.
"World Champion Mike Tyson," like a fucking biker tattoo on his back.
When is he coming?
Beat the shit out of 2 fucking Nazis. They came to my house later that night looking for him with 2 other guys, and he's all, "Yes, I go outside. I fight all of you."
Love him.
Fuck, dude. I'm like, no, not in my fucking house.
No.
Not in my house.
I fucking love this man.
But he would have, I think. He would have beat the fuck out of 4 guys. We were in somewhere in Germany one night, and it was the end of the night. And,
He didn't like Germans.
Yeah,
Okay?
he hated Germans. So, but there was this guy. He was on stage, and he's bugging us, like,
Yeah.
And fucking Hank goes up. And he goes, "You shut the fuck up. I hit you." And the guy's like, "Huh? I hit you?" And he goes, "Yeah." And he goes, "Okay."
Wham!
Fucking puts his head.
Hank, I fucking love you.
Positioned his head.
Come on the show.
Positioned his head, and then just went, bam! Fucking flies off the stage. Fucking Chris is trying to put his base weight in the case, falls right in the case.
Lock it up, ship him home. Hank, I love you.
Hank is fucking one of by far. We were in a hotel, and he didn't have a room. He just shared one of us.
Yeah.
But you got to understand, like, there's when you're in a German hotel, they have those vending machines, but they have beer in their vending machines. He did not want to fucking give German marks for a beer, so he starts kicking it, breaking it until you can get free beer. Like, the guy's fucking hardcore, man.
He sounds like a buddy of mine named Dookie. We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
Dookie, no, different Dookie altogether. Dookie said at one point, I don't know how many of them there were. Anyway, so let's just taper this a little bit. So Stefan X. After did you quit the band?
Yeah, I stepped aside.
You stepped aside.
Yeah.
And you let somebody else in.
Right.
What was the album that Stefan X was on?
Another Fine Day.
Another Fine Day, right?
Another Fine Day.
Yeah. Another Fine Day.
And so how do you feel about that album and that experience?
I think it was good. They brought a different element to the band.
So you liked the album?
Yeah, it was
One
good.
original member,
Yeah.
2 classic members,
Yeah.
and 2 new members.
I mean, a lot of people. I had no problem with Stefan because I stepped away.
Yeah.
He was just coming in to do a job,
Right.
And in fact, how many times did I come over? And,
He gave his blessing.
yeah,
Like,
and I came over to the studio. At that time, I had other things I would needed to do. You know what I mean? So, it was unfortunate what happened to him. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, I mean,
So-
it was a very unfortunate thing.
Right.
It wasn't like
but there was no ever animosity or anything like that, and I never, as far as today is like, I think there was some really good songs on that album.
Awesome.
So
I mean, that's just amazing to hear. Like, I mean, a lot of singers or frontmen for a band might step away and then just kind of really fucking hate what went on next. So, it's a kind place to be, and
Right,
like in
exactly.
a really tragic situation.
right. I mean,
He
you don't
was
wish that
really
on
a
anybody.
songwriter. And he came in not
Did he
trying to
write
sound.
songs?
Yeah, he wrote
Okay.
like probably 4 or 5 songs on that record, like full songs. Like him and Tommy would sit down and he would hum and already had melodies, and then Tommy wrote the rest of the songs, and I helped co-write a lot of that shit. And, I mean, it was just a good time.
Yeah.
It sucked because Tommy was the only original member, me and Ike, and then we had Sean Hall on bass and Stefan on vocal. So it was 2 brand new guys, but we made it work, and we wrote some killer songs. It was a great record. We never got to tour on it, but we played a lot of shows for it. And
You guys like, made the record, played a few shows, and then
we thank God New Road Archives released it, and we had backing, but
if BadTown Boys kind of comes back, which I don't know what that means. I don't know if you guys are playing a thing. Are you guys going to play songs from that album?
I don't think we have.
I think only time we ever did
I
one was
think we-
BadTown USA, because it kind of talked about the history of the band.
Yeah.
That was a Stefan song, and it was actually a pretty cool song. And I think we did it with you once, and I think you did Jenna too.
I think I did Jenna.
Yeah.
I think didn't we do like a benefit or something?
Yes,
We did a reunion kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think I did
And
some of
then
that.
we did 2 songs after that.
Yeah, I think I did.
So,
So stepping forward,
It's not out of the question.
well,
you
of
know what I mean?
course.
Yeah,
But
so-
stepping forward, like BadTown Boys, where are you guys? You guys in a limbo? Don't give a fuck? Hate each other? I mean, I know that there's no way in shit that 2 brothers.
I hate
Yeah.
Chris because he calls me during interviews.
you and Chris
Clearly-
you and Chris have a special relationship.
It was sexual. It was sexual in nature, for sure. Well, is there a BadTown Boys going forward? What do you got? Like, is there a thought process?
Yes,
I know that
there's-
there's always that conversation.
There's actually
in a few weeks.
there's an album that we already written out. We have an album we're probably looking within the coming weeks that the California section of the band is going to start rehearsing. Chris is in Colorado and Tom's in Indiana. So
Ohio, isn't it?
Ohio, yeah. And
Same thing.
but so I mean we've collaborated. We've been writing for at least the last year, but
So you guys are still kind of
Yeah.
ruminating, doing.
I think the biggest, we're older. We have other things going on, and
Well, there's
it's just
points.
it's the logistics of the whole thing that keeps us from putting out more than we want.
But the special thing
Yeah.
about this band
Yeah.
is that all 5 of us love this band.
Yeah.
It's never like we've broken up.
Right.
We've always been on hiatus, and we
So,
recorded.
so that's
we
kind of
recorded
the
in
next question.
2016. We
Well-
recorded the Punk Rock USA record in Colorado.
that was
And now we
2012,
Fucking hell.
and then so we have a little nugget sitting. We recorded something a couple of years ago. We have it mixed
Yeah.
completely, so that's something that could be released. I will give you a little nugget on this next album. We have the very first BadTown Boys song that has never been released. It's going to be on this album. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but
Nope, don't say a word. Would you break it on our show?
yeah, we could.
All right.
Yeah.
And as the newly appointed tour manager for LA Slumlords,
And BadTown Boys,
and
evidently.
BadTown Boys, can I get you guys a spot at the next Punk Rock Bowling?
Let's see.
All
not out of
right.
the question.
And this is a lot of
That
fun
would
now.
be- if we got a main stage spot, I know the band would reunite.
Yeah.
For that and play live.
So that's the thing. I mean, for the fans that are out there, they're gonna watch us later because nobody fucking listens live. You bunch of assholes.
They always listen after the fact. That's why you get no W's in the chat. I came up with a new one.
Fat finger. Wait, is this? For me, that means Whataburger. So there is a future for BadTown Boys. There's something going forward.
Yeah.
You still got the Muppet on drums.
We're always going to be writing something.
Yeah. That's one thing
And that's one thing.
know.
Even though we go, here's one thing I really love about the band is that we can not play for a long time together, and sometimes we get busy. He's doing stuff, everybody's doing stuff. We may fall out of touch for a little bit of time, but every time we get back together, everything falls right back into where it was. Like, you know,
And
Gingers do that.
and
with all the
everybody's
bands.
everybody's constantly writing
yes.
too,
Yeah.
which I love because I'm always getting you saying, "Hey, what do you think about this? What do you think
Yeah.
about that?"
So-
And to me, like, I don't think BadTown Boys are capable of writing a shitty song, except for
Oh.
"Hate You." Except for "Hate You." That wasn't a shitty song. I hated playing it because I never got it.
Talk to Tom about that.
Oh man. And, but I think one of my favorite songs is one that you wrote, "Born to Destroy," which was so out of our element.
No, that was Tom.
Was it?
That was Tom.
Oh fuck! But you sang it.
Yes.
But
Well,
that
who
song,
else was gonna
it
sing
had that Black Flag feel to it
Yeah.
that it was like, wow, this is
Actually, I think
This is
that
different.
BadTown Boys was a step above Black Flag all the time.
Wow.
Like all the time.
Okay.
to me,
I used to work for SST.
Okay.
Fuck you, Greg.
to me, BadTown Boys,
Oh, okay.
to me,
Oh, really?
BadTown Boys has always and always will be the LA Ramones because the sounds are very like when I joined the band, every fucking reviewer getting, oh, this is the Ramones on speed, you know. And we
You
just
guys
had like
actually speak?
No.
I did a lot of cocaine. I drank
Cocaine,
drank a lot of
Too much
coke.
Boozer Hall, sober man. Everybody's going to Churchill Hall.
I remember one of the posts, one of the reviews. Somebody said it sounds like the Dickies playing Ramones covers. That's
Dude,
what it
that's
sounds-
actually really great. That's amazing.
You know what I mean? So-
Okay, I have another
All right,
tidbit.
last Gizzism.
another
And we are going to
tidbit
actually have
about
Gizzisms
you.
now.
Is it true that there was a BadTown Boy song that had harmonica, and you would always forget your harmonica, and when you got played it live, you would actually
Very early days.
yeah. But you would actually-
I wasn't good, but it was.
I heard
early
you were
days.
phenomenal.
No,
This predated me.
yeah, no, that was very early days.
You're not even gonna
It was like a
have to
50s. It was like a 50s cover we did or something like that. But I can't even remember. It was so
Well, we
long
did
ago.
Maybelline.
Yeah.
Did so many like
Yeah.
really cool.
I don't remember even the song it was on, but I.
Oh shit, my phone's gonna ring.
Yeah. You asked me about off topic stuff. There we go.
Yeah, there we go. Talking about, we're not talking about that at all. If there's a harmonica part to be
Yeah.
recorded, we're gonna hire somebody
Yes.
as a tour manager.
There's another instrument you need to learn right there, buddy.
Harmonica.
Yeah.
I ain't blowing nothing.
Oh,
Not what I heard. Not what
Giz
I
has tried
heard.
to blow plenty, but he owes
Not what I
change.
heard.
All right, we're about the end of our hour.
We're over.
We're over our hour.
But this is
I want to
great.
plug. Is there a BadTown Boys spot where we get merch?
Not yet.
Oh my god!
We have a lot of work to
Do I
do.
have to do fucking everything?
Yes, you do.
But we hired you.
Yes.
I'm
No money
hired.
down.
No money down.
That's gonna be the name of the
No
album.
money down. That's it. My tour manager.
We'll give you credits on the back.
Yeah, thanks. We're headed by no money down tour management.
And by credits on the back, I mean credits on the back.
Yeah. That's warm. What happened? So no merch right now. We're working on it. Singles coming shortly somewhere along the line.
Yes, hopefully
Something
next
to
couple
that.
months.
Okay.
Album by the end of the year,
Album by the end of the year.
right?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Uncle Greg, bastard cousin Gizz.
Okay.
Well, as always a pleasure
Oh my
being
god.
around you. Always a pleasure.
This is gonna happen again.
hanging out with you.
Thanks for having me,
A
guys.
couple weeks ago, you came my dad's funeral. I really fucking thank you for that and the
Anytime.
flowers that all you guys got from my family.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. I mean, you guys have been my family since 1992, and all I gotta say is like these last 31 years, man. Just to say, I am the BadTown Boys drummer. I've been the BadTown Boys drummer than every drummer combined.
You can break the news.
Oh, you got
I did almost lose my fucking. I almost did lose my throne to Jeff Edwards
Yeah.
at one point, but he wasn't as good as this.
But you know what you should.
But God rest his soul. I had to kill him.
You know what you should do.
Oh,
You know what you should do.
man.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Tune in next week.
Tune in next week. I'm Gizz Lazlo,
I'm just Paul.
and this is Greg Keith. You know what you should do? Come back next week.
Adios, bitches.